Okay, well, good afternoon, and thank you very much for allowing me to join you in this way. It is a very wonderful thing that UPF has this annual Peace Council, and thank you, peacemakers, for being there today. Sorry I can't be with you, but I hope I can share something that's meaningful. To speak about the Middle East is difficult. We know our world faces polarization everywhere, but it is particularly acute in the Middle East. And we have seen the horror of the Israel-Palestine war, the Israel-Lebanon conflict. But our region also has conflict in Yemen, in Libya, the relics of conflict in Afghanistan, and conflict again in Syria, unfortunately. What can UPF do about all of this? The first thing is not take sides, not feed the extremes. Like a parent, we have to understand the pain of both sides, meet the moderates, strengthen the peacemakers, and strengthen the moderates. And even where UF does not have an office, you will find we have peace ambassadors, dedicated peacemakers. So let me show some examples from the last 2 years, and we'll move from there. Starting from February 2023, the earthquake in Turkey. As you know, it was a massive earthquake that affected Syria quite seriously. And our challenge was to get help into various different areas. So we successfully brought aid into Turkey in several tranches, but actually this was the final result. By September, the construction of school classrooms that were very welcomed by the Director of Education of the city. In Syria, if you look at the blue circles there, you'll see Gaziantep is in Turkey, but Afrin is in the rebel or opposition part of Syria. Latakia is in government-held Syria, as is Aleppo, and Antakya is in Turkey. So these are all areas that were targeted by our help, which came from Lebanon, from Germany, from the UK. You'll see from many different places. And this is from WFWP Birmingham on Women's Day in that year, 2023, managing to gather help, which was channeled into northern Syria, which had far more deaths than government-held Syria as a result of the earthquake. And then UPF in France had a connection to this Syrian organization that was working in the north, and they helped us to move forward. We were also able to bring in help with the help of this Syrian peace ambassador, Rihab al-Bitar, from Lebanon after 1,000 government checks and customs checks, finally reaching Aleppo, actually in October of that year. In September, there was the earthquake in Morocco, and our peace ambassador, Hajiba Ayoubi, centered up our efforts there. We worked with the Association Anwar, a Moroccan charity, and especially Women's Federation helped together with UPF to bring in help there to a village in Morocco. 2 days later, there was the disaster in Libya when dams burst, and getting help into Libya was extremely complicated. Our local peace ambassadors advised against working with Western Libyan structures. We tried through a Russian peace ambassador to go through Eastern Libya. And in the end, we decided that the most reliable way was to work with UPF UK and the British Red Cross. And here is their letter of thanks for the donations that we managed to get in there. This is 2024 in January. Thank you, Robin, for this wonderful event where we were able to bring together peacemakers from Afghanistan from different backgrounds. And this was a very successful step. There is ongoing effort in many areas to help with the future of Afghanistan. Already a long time before the war between Israel and Palestine, back in February 2023, we were meeting with the Palestinian leadership, the president's advisor, and on the right, the Minister of Health and the leadership of Project Cure to bring in medical aid into Palestine. So this was underway a long time before. We worked with Project Cure and set up a fundraiser, which is this one. And this was in response to a call, especially actually from Australian ambassadors for peace who wanted to get aid in. We managed to find a way to coordinate this. Because it went very slowly, we combined with Med Global, so our joint fundraiser is going to be able to move more quickly to bring substantial help into Palestine through the system set up by Project Cure. Because of the escalation of conflict in Lebanon, where UPF is on the ground, we've been able to bring in help to displaced families, which includes cooking meals, distributing it to people who are, as you can see, living in tents. So there's been quite a lot of good work done there on the ground by UPF Lebanon. In August, we put out a religious leaders call for peace, which was quite well received. These are just an example of some of the different charities and organizations that have worked with UPF to bring this kind of help in. And this is a magazine article with UPF's new magazine Connections, which focuses on the things I've just been talking about. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. The second issue is already out and focuses on the United Nations. These are some activities of UPF chapters. On the left, UPF Turkey has now got a monthly forum, the next one of which will happen next week, and that'll be on the Alliance of Civilizations. On the right, the man in the blue hat is Rabbi Luft from Israel, and he's in Oman promoting interfaith dialogue, which I'm very happy to see. Here are two great peacemakers meeting with the Pope very recently, former Prime Minister Olmert of Israel and former Foreign Minister Al-Kidwa of Palestine are working hard to restart the vision of the two-state process for Israel and Palestine. And we believe it's very important to support such vision. Therefore, we're actually in negotiations with both of them at the moment for a webinar that we hope to hold later this month, promoting a future of peace for that area. This is a program that we are hoping to run together with Birmingham-based Saving Lives International in Jordan. The man on the right is a surgeon who's also with the Royal College of Surgeons in Edinburgh, which, as you can see, is one of the advisors of Saving Lives International. And we really hope to get a disaster medicine faculty set up in a Jordanian hospital. And this one is a program that we started back in 2022 called Bridging the Gulf. We were planning to bring together Palestinian and Israeli youth in the Emirates. We got on the right, we visited the Emirates and met with ministers from Israel and the Emirates together and got the basic green light for the project, but the wheels turned very slowly and we weren't able to get it off the ground before that war started. But now is the time to start reviving those kind of projects. We have funds collected for that purpose, which we're ready to channel in once we have the exact specific project ready to go. So we hope that'll happen in the second half of 2025. I'll finish here. Thank you for listening, and I wish you all the best for a great Peace Council. Thank you for doing it.